sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
You've heard of such devils. Sisters of justice. Adjudicators of diabolical contracts and bargains.
Holy hells.
I come to bargain. The hells demand witness.
Your parasite links with Will's, and your memories flow into him. He sees his father's flight from Worm's Rock, and hears Mizora's words to you.
Shit. Where did Gortash send my father? How do I save him?
Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos. Infernos contractos te vocamos.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. Yet no contract is ended without sacrifice, Will. The cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel! I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose. Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
You damned wretch. Do it then. Claim my soul for Zariel. Keep my father safe.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Seems you've got a new mission, pup. Go save your father. He's locked in a very nasty place. Gortash's secret command center and prison. Lucky for you, I know the way in. I'll mark your map. After all, a deal's a deal. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Not over, then through.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. Will's father owes him gratitude. I hope for his sake Ravengard is gracious enough to offer it, given how much it cost. I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. He clearly sees something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it. I take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently. I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing.
Will gave up freedom to save his father. I will never understand people like that.
What's up for discussion?
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Why the stunned face? You look like you've seen a devil. The pup dug his own hole, darling. I merely supplied the claws. I've always been the giving type, after all. To wit, go to Gortash's secret prison, and I'll help you spring Will's daddy free. Of course, you could always leave him to rot, but that would make Will's sacrifice worthless, and I know you wouldn't want that. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand. Like I said, I'm the giving type. Focus on the elder brain. I'd hate to clog that infected head of yours with needless details.
That preening vulture seems intent on haunting our camp. I suppose we shall find out if her kind sleep, and how heavily. Will is a good man. And that is exactly what his devil will use to bind him, in as many ways as she knows how. A man might twist himself into something else just to escape that collar. But I have no such fears for the blade.
Ally mine, we are reunited once more. I was just regaling sweet Isabel with tales of our prowess.
Very impressive. Thank you for helping Aelin. That wizard sounded absolutely dastardly.
I always do, with darling Isabel by my side. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. Spin memories of Leroican's death in your mind like silk floss. My darling, we must inform our friend of our news.
Indeed. I've scouted a Selûnite enclave outside the city. They faced the Absolute's armies and come out battered and bruised. Aelin and I will go to them, provide what help we can.
But fear not. When the time comes for you to face the foe of foes, Isabel and I will stand by your side.
We wouldn't miss it. Not for anything.
Go well, friend. We will see you soon. And with our great powers combined, this city will be saved.
It can't have been easy for Will to resign himself to the Pact. But I'm glad he chose his father.
Twice Mazoras held my feet to the fire, and twice was I burnt. But my father will live. We will return the Grand Duke to his people. And forever a devil's leash will choke me. Sometimes, fate closes a door for good. The bolt is fastened, the key is destroyed, and the wish is forever locked away. The hells will take my soul. I'll make my peace with it. I have once already, after all. Besides, there's no time to wallow in self-pity. More than anything, I'm elated that there's hope yet for my father. We should hurry to this mystery prison and retrieve my father before Mazora tries pulling more tricks. We will knock him out if we need to, or restrain.
Your skull vibrates in concord with the astral prism.
Bring me to your Duke. I will shield him, as I shield you.
Why would you do that?
Better to bring him into the fold than to leave you distracted by regret.
Well then, I'm not about to say no. This prison's in the lower city. Let's move.
Will sacrificed a great deal for his family. The pact may stand, but the strength of his character is clear.
You are between worlds, Paladin. Have you made a choice? I served a noble lord. I fought for when I finally saw the truth, he would not be reasoned. Regret is for those. What's past is past. We are here to discuss your future. It is possible. First, you must pay the agreed price. Material sacrifice is required to prove your words have substance. Do you wish to pay? It was the bounty placed on an Oathbreaker's head. It was the sum placed on my own. This is the cost of your transgression. That is your choice. I will be here, should you reconsider.
I'll give it a shot.
In my opinion, we should have a still watch in every Baldurian home. Why? I'm glad you asked. It would certainly help with the dishes.
I had hoped there might be a greater sense of balance within the city. That its walls might enable sheltering within it to foster community, peace. Yet it is not so. Unnatural steel beings patrol the streets. The printed word sows discontent, and those in need are treated with disdain. Is this truly what progress looks like? Sometimes it is difficult to see exactly what we are fighting to save here. Sometimes it feels like Korga was right. Nature can only survive away from all this. You are right. I cannot repeat her mistakes. Thank you. Your wisdom shines through even in dark moments. I shall not give in to despair. Not while there is still the chance of a future worth fighting for.
Yes, Edvard. Can I call you Edvard? Well, Edvard, I do support Lord Gortash's campaign. For several reasons.
He'll manage. There's nothing that man can't do.
Happened right here in the elf song.
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent.
I heard her guts were placed on the ground in the shape of the absolute
Gortash is a visionary, sure enough. His vision is pretty
I hear things got wild between you two. I hope no one was too badly mauled.
We're all in one piece. Perhaps you'll join us next time.
It's bad enough having one person with fangs trying to keep control of themselves. Two of us could be dangerous.
Halt, Civi. Turn back. This is an active crime scene.
Hold on, Thornhill. I'm tired of standing here. Devella's been up there for ages. Some diversion would be welcome.
Constable Devella said she wasn't to be...
Investigator Valyria outranks her. As you were, Civi. Fair warning, though. She's in a foul mood.
If this was brewed with my
Stellmane's parlor. A place to receive clients and informants. I wonder if it's as I remember it.
Bollocks! I told those idiots not to let anyone through. You. Name, rank, and reason for interrupting an active crime scene. For your sake, the last one better be bloody good. To fetch her another bottle of mead, no doubt. Yes, I'm Devella, the unfortunate colleague. Unless you've got useful information, leave me to my work. Duke Stelmane's dead, and I've got to find who killed her. Gods. That's it. Proof that I was right. I've been working on an assignment, see? A research project of sorts. I knew my conclusions were sound, but this... I never expected this. I'll tell you what I know. A century ago, there was a man, Saravok Anchev. He was a child of the god of murder, Baal. He ruled the Iron Throne, a dark tower hiding a darker secret. It was the front for a deadly arms-dealing network. There, Saravok amassed an army and sought to become a god. Under his stewardship, the Baal Temple was revived. And with it, the Baal cult itself. Fortunately, the temple was destroyed. And to cleanse the city of Saravok's memory, the Iron Throne was torn from its foundations and cast into the Chionthar. For most, that was the end of it. But cults like that don't disappear overnight. That list you spoke of confirms I'm right. The Baal cult is back. And someone is out there, continuing Saravok's work. No idea, unfortunately. But whoever it is, they're intimately familiar with Saravok's work. The brutality of the killings is on a par with Saravok's own. But there's something more here. Something new. There's a reference to these murders. A certain flair. It's as if they were done in worship. The precision of the cuts. The depth, the execution. The best butchers in Faerun couldn't make a cut like that. Trust me, I've asked them. I tried to explain all this to my superiors, but they wouldn't have any of it. They told me to drop it. Told me the city doesn't need another conspiracy theorist and to get back to doing my job before they find someone else to do it for me. But you're not bound by such constraints. Oh, help me out here. Help the city out. I bet if you follow the trail of these murders, you'll be able to unearth the truth of this resurgence. There are patriarchs on the murder target list. I'm oathbound to secure them first, so I'll be heading to the upper city next. While I'm there, the other potential victims will be at risk. Could you warn them? Thank you. That's all I can ask, and more than I hoped. Once I'm done with the Patriarchs, I'll head to Basilisk Gate to have another go at convincing my superiors to put some resources into this matter. Meet me there if you've anything more to report. And good luck.
Once Gortash clears off the cultists, we'll still have to clean around with all the streets.
You man, there's nothing that man can't do.
With a bugbear striding among us.
It's a real shame.
It's not what it
I
used
would
to
kill
be.
you to reach its zenith. Should you want it to, or otherwise?
All we needed to build a steel watch
And then
has
all
been sitting
will
right
be.
there.
So the
Broadsheet's rather dull.
I wonder if any of these rooms are available to rent. What's that?
It's you! Look at us! We made it to the city! We made it to the Elf Song Tavern! Not hiding, silly. Performing. And what better audience is there than the entirety of Baldur's Gate? But you... I have a bone to pick with you, O brave adventurer. Big trouble. The most trouble you've ever been in. I've decided I'm not going to perform in the Elf Song. Mainly because only the Elf Song itself is allowed to perform. I'm going to open up a school of bards. The best in the realms. To usher in a new age of magic and musicianship. And it's because of you that I dared to dream big enough. Thank you. That means a lot. I wanted to tell you first because, well, you inspired me to do it. Here. My very first lute, tuned to perfection. Thought you'd appreciate it when I'm rich and famous. Take care, my friend. Thank you for helping a bunch of ragtag tieflings in a druid's grove find their way home.
why it isn't wrong to fart in a staunch or tabernacle. It smells divine. Like this kind of thing. You only have ale.
No time for playing with cats, especially lazy lumps that won't catch rats.
City's got noisy.
What comes now?
All right, what now?
I could have sworn you were an adventurer. You look like an adventurer, and you talk like an adventurer. So you must be an adventurer. Adventurers have to get their start somehow. You haven't got the spirit of a hero in you if you think you're above killing a few rats. Oh, go on. Nothing better to practice your skills on than a few rats. Chef Revere. No, I need them rats taken care of. Here's the deal. I'll keep a lookout for murderers. You murder the rats.
We've had supply issues. The cellars are just down the stairs. There, you'll find my old lodgings.
Still on my feet.
Oh, Father, shield your servant!
but to keep going.
You're getting close. The wine cellar. There's a hidden door that leads further in. The mechanism to open it is somewhere among the wine racks.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
On the other side, you'll find a passageway, known only to those invited to do business.
No traps, please. What's that? The psionic detector's been activated. There must be Gith hostiles nearby.
Most refreshing.
Better not be cursed.
Githyanki. Vlaakith has found us. Get rid of them, quickly!
We will be ready. In the meantime, tear every brick out if you have to. If it doesn't come, we must find evidence of its whereabouts.
What a pleasant surprise.
Here you are, as brazen as described.
The traitor who would steal from our queen.
Of course you had help, didn't you? From the illithid you carry inside the astral prism. How quaint that we should meet here, in the very place that it once called home. We know all about the Emperor and its dealings with you. Though I must confess, its peculiar relationship with you threw us off course for a while. Most Illithids prefer to dominate their thralls through transformation. Yet here you stand, untransformed. Tell me, what did it offer you in exchange for your servitude? Mind flayers are our quarry. We have filled libraries with our knowledge of how to hunt them down. We tracked it from the moment the astral prism fell into its claws. And now that we have found it, we will reclaim the astral prism, purge it of the Illithid interloper, and restore it to its rightful owner.
What are you doing?
My dear child, I already know all there is to know. I will liberate you from your puppet master, Chamazala Vlakith!
For the Queen!
Let's turn someone inside out. Be quick.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Good idea, I think.
Shall we cut and run? This should work.
torment.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Blackhead is relentless. You handled it well. Let us hope she exhausts her forces soon. Now search the room. There's a statue that conceals the way through. I'll reveal it to you.
Off we go then.
Lost in thought.
At least things have stayed interesting. Should mind my step. Don't mind if I do. Here goes nothing. What's hiding here? No one back home will ever believe this.
That might be worth a look.
How much further can I go?
My old home. Thank you for bringing me back. Look around. You'll find some of my things still intact. Perhaps even useful to you.
Something over there.
Rascal's collar. My poor four-legged friend. Their lives are so brief, so simple, and yet full.
Let's see what this does.
My old sword. My first purchase as an adventurer. No use to me anymore. It's yours, if you want it. My old wardrobe. The home of all my disguises. We are what we appear to be, and so appearances matter. A shell. A keepsake from my final voyage. Pinched in a moment of sentimentality.
What's that? That's cute.
There she is, in all her glory. Duke Belin Stelmane, my old partner. My cutlery set, a gift from my mother. The butter knife is missing, but otherwise it looks to be complete. I don't need it anymore, but the memory stirs something in me still. The chains I use to buy my meals. Villains and lawbreakers. You see, I tried to exercise morality where I could. An old container for brains. Empty. Shame. It would have been nice to find one to sustain me now.
That's curious.
A recipe for fiddlehead soup. A favorite meal of mine. When I had need of meals like that.
Looks empty. That should work. Ugh.